Alright folks, welcome. How are you all doing today? Hope you're all very well. My name is Ed, and you joined me. We're back at the dealers today. We're at Thirlwall and Understanding, and the reason we're here is to pick up the John Deere. We had this dropped off to do. Well, when we picked it up there, it had the green star on the dome attached, but it wasn't equipped, it wasn't working. So we've got the GPS fitted, and we also bought a new weight. Now this weight's not for my machine, this is for the Fendt. That's the reason it's kind of more in Fendt colours, to be honest. But as I was coming through here, I had to pick it up anyway. Tractor's looking great, actually. Mind you, so are these two monsters. Look at those. What about that? Is that 930? It is. That's a lovely machine. And this is at 8345. We've got no need for either of those at the moment. But the good news is, Henry is away out combining today, and we've got a young lad by the name of Callum who is driving our Fendt. So he is in that one, which has allowed me to come and get this because I'm going to stick the baler on the back of it. And we're going to go and chase the combine out the field with the baler, which will be quite good fun. Good to get into some light straw as well, see how we can fly through that. So, there we go. We're going to make our way back down to the yard where we need to get ourselves all hooked onto the baler and then back up to the field as well. So, yeah, lots to do, but we'll get flying with it and then we'll catch up with you in just a little while. Alright, back at the yard. Yep, hooked up, we're ready to go. And leaving the yard. And we're flying along now. No one's going to stop us. We're going to just go along the road there. It's just a lot easier and safer when you got a big baler on behind us. We can get to that ground through the, going through the back end of that maize field, but it's a little bit wet in places. And it's, I don't really want to do that and risk damaging anything, so we're just going to go and head on in. And we'll get this all done. Seems like they've had slow going. They've had a few issues they've had to get kind of resolved, but they are on. Looks like they nearly finished the third headland there, from what I can just about see. So that's good news at least. Allow me to get cracking with the baler and get stuck into this. So how's everything going? Hope you're all very well today. Whatever you're getting up to, we are just cracking on into harvest now. Really getting a start in it. Once we get this field done, we've got a few others that are nearly fit actually, but won't take much more to do at all. And then once that's done, then we've got a bit of contract work in the area to get cracking with as well. So all being well, we'll be able to tackle all of these things in one hit. There we go. I'm going to even swing in home for dinner. That's perfect. Rumble along this road. I do believe we're actually carting down this road. There's a bit of a shortcut we can take to get into the into this local grain store we're using, so I think we're just doing that to get down there, which is pretty ideal. I'm just going to cut through here like I did earlier. And there we go, there is our field. Can't quite see the combine, which leads me to believe it's down yonder way somewhere. However, we'll get ourselves in, and what I'll probably do is just loop around. Oh, we'll get this bit first actually. Excellent, it's looking good. Look at my machine now. Ain't it grand? Looks fantastic. Okay, get that bit done there. It'll be really tricky when you're getting on this, just getting the headland in and away. Just don't want to catch anything that's gonna damage you. This is kind of my third time out with a baler now. Did one small contract job for the last little bit of hay. That we have. We haven't got our own hay going yet. We still haven't got that. I didn't get that pasture finished. So I just took off the drill because when we knew that Callum was coming, I don't know why it's missed that bit there. That's for some reason. But when we knew Callum was coming onto the tractor trailer, then I took the opportunity to go and get this baled up whilst the going is good. And it is. It's dry. It seems to be coming along very well indeed. Waiting to see in my mirrors when we have a bale, so I can go and have a look at it and see how it's all coming in. Ultimately, it's alright. This is quite thin straw. It's oat straw here. It's not the best, but it's, you know what it'll do for us. Wheat straw, you know. This is quite thin straw. It's a thin crop of wheat, especially when we keep missing bits, Henry. But it's a start. It's getting in there. We haven't really done an awful lot to it. Speaking of Henry, there he is. So we're trying our best to get it all covered here. We'll get this it's one thing with it being thin is it means that we can actually get it picked up. So that's good news. Looks like Henry is about full as well. I don't think we're going to get him going any further. Lord only knows where the trailer guy is, but he can't be close, that's for sure. Nice looking combine, that one though. Really nice looking Lexan. But right now, I saw we had that first half and half bale arrive, so we got that one out in the mix. And there's a couple more bales coming as well, so the next one we see, we're going to get out and have a bit of a look at. Just want to make sure that the pressures are all coming through true, make sure the bale's nice and tight, the strings are working, nuts are working fine. Haven't had any pings in the cab to suggest otherwise, but I'll always like to get out there and just make sure it's all looking nice and handy. Let's see what that last one was. Oh, there we go, let's just pull forward a touch more. Maybe he's left that because it's just so full of weeds, perhaps. That could be it. Alright, there we go. We're going to get a fair few bales off this, actually, given how many we've got there. This is looking pretty good. Nuts are all nice and tight. It is solid as a rock, which is perfect. And then, yeah, looking nice and a nice, decent looking bale there. So, we're going to just jump back in. Fire up the PTO, get her up to speed again, lovely stuff, and off we go. Good for us to get through this. We might actually, we've only got that one large grain trailer at the moment, the big Joskin. Wonder if without Lexington being able to process a little bit more capacity there, I wonder if Henry's going to have to think about something else, because we're not really keeping up at the moment. This is the one grain bin storage area we'll go into. It's the only big one in the vicinity in the area, really. So quite often it's pretty slow to get in and out of there, which I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Callum is currently stuck dealing with. And we'll have to wait and see, of course, when he gets back in. Nice young lad, Callum. He's a great driver. Actually, he's been driving fence for a while now, so he's very attuned with how the Vario works, which is ideal. Really, really nice. So yeah, he looks like he wants to stick around for a while, so we've been needing a second driver actually. Henry can't do everything because he's got to run the business and do all the administration that goes with it, and I'm the only other driver right now, so good to get up to 2, that's for sure. A bit bouncy on this end. What we'll do anyway though, we're going to keep cracking on, we'll get this headland all wrapped up, and then we'll see how it's all looking in a little bit. Alright, and folks, we're getting on slowly but surely. Oh, what a place to drop a bale. Feels like the clutch of this baler keeps slipping a little bit. I can't figure out why it's doing it either. It's not going through any particularly heavy stuff. It just keeps kicking in and out now and again. Kind of stopping us from... if this was like silage, if this was wet heavy grass, we wouldn't be able to get through this at the moment. This just keeps kind of picking out now and again. Which is odd, but we'll figure it out. Spoke to Callum. He says that the grain store is a mess in terms of how long it's taking to get through, which is never ideal. But we'll see what we can get going. We'll see if we need to drop off the baler for now. Although we haven't really got another trailer to borrow, but we could drop off the baler anyhow and see what we can do on that side of things. But it's always an option. We do have another bale trailer, or another grain trailer, beg your pardon, which we really using more to kind of shift muck around. But we'll have to wait and see. Really, that's parked over at the nearby farm. That's a big amount of straw there. The thing is, with this slightly wider header on his combine, we're 9 meter header on the combine now, and when it gets stuck, when he has to stop to clear the header or anything, it leaves a heck of a pile. We're getting there now, though. And we'll just tidy up this little loose bit here as well at the end. Get that all kind of buttoned up. Left that up there, that's quite a lot. So this straw is not, well, some of it will be kept for us. We do need a little bit for the pigs, Henry still has. A majority of the straw all goes over the road though to the power station. So that's why we make quite so much of the stuff, and we keep it in our shed, and then we just kind of, because we're so close, we just put it on the small trailer and cart it over as and when, really. It makes it nice and easy. And that's why we predominantly got into it, because they, I do believe Henry once upon a time sold a block of land for them to build that power station there. So it was obvious that it was an agreement made to sell a certain tonnage of straw every year. And that's exactly what we're doing. Struggling again. Hang on, I can't just get it to... It just will not keep going. Let's have a look-see, shall we? Nothing, of course, what we should do... just gonna... Safety first, we'll turn the tractor off. Don't want to go into this baler when it's all... when there's a chance that something can slip into gear. That's how you lose hands. See anything in here at all? Thing is as it should be. There's no signs of anything there. Of course, I've got no tools on me, so I'm gonna have to go and toolbox. I'll speak to Henry. I'm gonna give it one more time. It just won't at the moment keep itself going there. I need to kind of figure that one out. Yeah, as you can see, it just won't. The clutch is starting. When you engage this, there is a huge clutch there because the flywheel on this thing is so big to kind of get that compaction going. But it's just keeps slipping out. I can't get it to go. All right. Well, we're gonna have to go and have a chat with Henry, see what he wants to do, and then we'll take it from there and come back to you all. Well, folks, this is an odd one. We've had a bit of a poke around here. No idea what's going on. Or in terms of getting this actually fixed, we've got no idea. So we even brought out the old, brought out the computer as well. We're still no closer to the answer. So we'll just get everything put away. We're gonna leave this here parked up. I've just locked it up there. We're gonna leave it for the fitter to arrive tomorrow morning, they said. And I'm gonna take this up to the. We're gonna go up to the top, where I'm gonna give Callum a chance to get some food. He's gonna sit out a load. I think the fence is about done, so I'm gonna go and rumble down to the grain store with that and get that checked in, and then get that tipped, and then we'll get back here and you can take over, and I'll go and see what we can, if we get it any closer to figure it out or what's going on. I'm not sure, but all we know is it's looking very unlikely that we can get it fixed here. That's the main thing I would say. We do have good service relations with our dealers, so that's why we are with Kuhn, or with Henry chooses to go with Kuhn, because they are quite close by. So I'll pull up here. We'll just stop about there. I don't know where Callum's gone, but I'm gonna take this out. We'll let's just pop around the corner, back into the trusty fence. Leave him about full. Be a great deal. We'll get ourselves away. So we will go and get cracking with this. I'm going to take this load down to the grain store. It's not a very long drive. Let's hope we can get in and out relatively quickly this time around. Yeah, we've really been kind of just kicked there. We were starting to make get some good progress. Really get a good head of speed up as we were building, getting into this field. With the baling is following up behind there as well, but it is what it is. We'll try and figure that one out. We haven't had it experienced it in any way before. Let me just get around here. So it's a peculiar one, but you know, we'll figure it out. I'm sure we always do. Okay, so we actually just go down this track, bumpy as it is. Perfect stuff. Fair bit of grass in there as well. I don't know whose that belongs to. Oof, this is bumpy. It's not too wet at the moment there, but when you're carrying such a heavy load in the back, it can be pretty dangerous at times. You don't know what the ground's like underneath. But it saves going on the road, because the main road that we've been on actually before, I think I took you down there, it is very narrow and oddly very, very busy, so it lends itself to many issues, frequently trying to pull over and get out of the way, so this saves us a lot of time, really. It's not all our land, it doesn't all belong to Henry, but we do kind of have permission to drive up and down, as long as we stay on the main track there, really. Which we try and do. And in we go, look at that, we must have struck on time, there's not a single other tractor here. Glorious. Absolutely perfect. Up it goes. We are unloading through a hydraulic grain door in the back. The reason we typically do that here is because it just gives us a little bit more control when you're tipping on here. If I open that back door up, it would just flood out everywhere, and probably mean I'd have to go out there with a shovel as well. And I can't be dealing with that today. It just takes too long. So we go off the back door, makes it off the grain door, makes it a little bit easier, a bit more tidier. And still nice and quick as well. So this is where it gets a little bit tight. Let's swing round. Swing this way. I haven't leveled out that gravel at all. It keeps getting churned up there, so I have to do something about that. There we go. Nice and easy. Away we go. Just poke our head out here. So with that, we'll leave it here for now. I think we're going to get cracking and see what we can get done. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, as always, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who very kindly agrees to host everything. And until next time, we will see you later. So until then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing, but most importantly, as always, happy farming.